morning, everyone. I'm Esme Murphy. Thank you so much for joining us on this busy Sunday morning. Meteorologist Micah Gustnak will join us live from the fair with your forecast coming up. For nearly 3 decades, we wondered what happened to Jacob Wetterling. This morning, we have some answers. The Stearns County Sheriff's Office confirms that remains found last week have been identified as Jacob's. The medical examiner and a forensic dentist used dental records to make the identification yesterday. It was the night of October 22nd, 1989. Jacob was riding his bike at 9 o'clock at night. He was just a half mile from his home. He was with his brother and his best friend. A masked gunman came out of the darkness and took Jacob and told the other boys to run or he would shoot. There has been no sign of Jacob all these years until the stunning development this week. Sources tell us Danny Heinrich led the FBI to Jacob's remains as a result of ongoing plea deal negotiations. It was on Wednesday that Danny Heinrich led the FBI to the Painesville area farm. Just beyond the tree line is where he pointed to where he had buried Jacob's body. Sources tell WCCO that agents found the clothing first and then Jacob's remains. Authorities were on the site for 3 days digging with a backhoe. The site is just off what was then a state highway and just a few hundred yards from a farmhouse. Those who saw the digging thought nothing of it.
It's unbelievable that it could be 250, 300 yards away, and he had no idea.
Neighbors are stunned.
Shocking. It's really shocking that something like this could happen so close to you and you don't even realize what's going on.
Neighbors told us they don't want to make a spectacle of the burial site and asked us not to name its exact location. Danny Heinrich was arrested last October on child porn charges. Documents made public after the arrest revealed for the first time that Heinrich had been a major suspect in the Wetterling kidnapping from the early weeks of the investigation. The documents also showed that Heinrich was the prime suspect in 8 still unsolved sexual assaults in nearby Painesville in the late 1980s and also in the unsolved sexual assault and kidnapping in January of 1989 of Jared Shirel, a 12-year-old boy in nearby Cold Spring.
This would be the area where I was dropped off and told to run, don't look back or he would shoot.
2 years ago, blogger Joy Baker and Shirel went public with his story and with the theory that the Painesville cases, Shirel's case, and Jacob's case were all connected.
I'm not the only one that has made eye contact with this person.
The Stearns County Sheriff's Department told us at the time they did not believe the cases were all linked. In the summer of 2015, new DNA tests found that Heinrich was in fact the person who had assaulted Jared. Just days later, they served the search warrant at his Annandale home looking for Jacob. What they found was child pornography. Heinrich was arrested in October. Sources tell us as a result of the plea deal, he could be in court as soon as Tuesday. Attorney Joe Friedberg, who is not associated with this case, told us such a plea deal in a murder case would be highly unusual, and under state law, the Wetterlings would have had to have agreed to it.
I can't imagine he just said, look, I've done this and I've lived with it for so long, I like to get rid of it. My guess is some form of immunity was given to him so that he would lead them to where Jacob's remains are.
Danny Heinrich has been in the Sherburne County Jail on child porn charges for the last 11 months. Now, his trial on those charges is scheduled to start next month. But again, sources tell us Heinrich could be in court as part of this plea deal as soon as Tuesday.